Okay, so we've talked about what happens when an ocean plate collides with an ocean plate, and now we want to talk about what happens when an ocean plate collides with a continental plate. So this time the continental plate is going to stay pretty much horizontal, and then the ocean plate is the one that's going to dive underneath it, and then it's going to melt, and then the lighter parts of the plate are going to come up to the surface. And then the difference is you still get volcanoes, but it would be continental volcanoes instead of oceanic volcanoes. Okay, another thing that's going to happen, this is going to be compression, is that part of this plate is going to be scraped off onto this plate. And similarly, part of this plate is also going to be scraped off. So in between these two plates, you're going to have a thing called an accretionary wedge. And so it's going to be a place where the rocks are under stress and they are basically piling on top of each other in this region right here. So that's going to be called the accretionary wedge. Now you got the mountains that are over here, and as those mountains weather, they're going to start to deposit materials right in here. Okay, so then that is going to be called a fore-arc basin. When it was the ocean, you had the back-arc basin, which was back here. So this is going to be a fore-arc basin, and so you're going to have so this would be, again, a basin. So we talked about domes and basins, and so this is an area where material is being deposited, and it's going to cause the ground to sag underneath it, and so that's going to be a basin. Now, it's not pictured in that picture there, but as this plate goes underneath like this, it's going to be stretching this continent back here. So you could also have the extension back here. So it's being compressed here and it's being extended here. So again, you could have normal faulting that is occurring back here, whereas here you're going to have reverse faulting that's going on in front of it. And so that's going to just be another example of it. So you have your accretionary wedge, a fore-arc basin. Back here you could have a back-arc basin, and you could also have faulting that would occur back there. And then, of course, in this mountainous region here, you could have folding going on. And then in places where it's under compression, but the rocks are not as hot, then the rocks are going to break in this region. So the point is that you can have all sorts of different kinds of geological structures that are going to be associated with this kind of compression. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, let's talk about continental convergence.